Behind me is the North Pacific Cannery, founded in 1888, one of BC's longest running salmon canning facilities, for an almost continuous span of 90 years. It was saved from demolition by a group of locals in 1985. And that's why it still exists today. It's currently closed, but the ocean is not, so I'm free to paddle around it in my pack raft. The location on the estuary at the mouth of the Skeena River makes sense. The Skeena is the second longest river in BC, and a very important river for salmon, so prior to modern refrigeration, to prevent spoilage, industrial canneries were located close to the fishing grounds. What makes North Pacific unique is that it is almost completely intact and largely unchanged from the way it was. It's a pretty cool perspective to be on the water, floating around underneath these buildings and around the pilings. It's pretty neat to see. There must be 1,000 pilings under here. One of the reasons why there were so many buildings is because all the employees and everything to run the cannery was on site. All the accommodation, because it's so remote, everybody who worked here lived here. It provided a lot of jobs, and the workforce was diverse from many backgrounds, each utilizing their skill, from fishing, net making, working on the cannery line, cooking, and mechanical maintenance. Each of the groups had their own houses, so there'd be Japanese houses and First Nation houses and Chinese houses and European houses. And I think that's more due to birds of a feather flock together than anything else. Architecturally, it looks pretty different, with all the red roofs and half the buildings over the water. My favorite is the little shack with the Imperial Oil Limited sign. It's barely holding on, and I love that there's now trees growing out of the deck. The North Pacific Cannery was designated a National Historic Site of Canada in 1985 and is evidence of the evolution of the West Coast fishing industry.